Well, I'm right here at the Vidhan Sauda in Karnataka's Bengaluru. This is where the showdown is happening inside the assembly between the Congress and the BJP. Congress there demanding for Ishwarappa's resignation over the saffron flag comment that he made. But unfortunately, it seems like the hijab controversy, which is a real issue here, where students are being deprived of their education, isn't being taken up by the Congress as vocally. What is the Congress's stance? I'm going to get you all those details right here on the top of this hour. But for now, let me cut across to the controversy that's brewing in several districts of Karnataka as confusion still prevails whether or not students wearing the hijab should be allowed inside. In fact, a principal of a Karnataka public school in Shivamogga today was caught on camera threatening those students who are protesting outside the gates, saying that if they protest, they will be suspended. In fact, he already declared that they're going to be suspended from college. At least 58 protesting students received this threat from the principal of that college. In fact, Shivamogga Deputy Commissioner, on the other hand, later clarified that the school principal had just issued a mere warning for unruly behavior of the protesters, but a suspension order was really not issued. Therefore, these students are not suspended, but the cameras caught the principal very clearly saying that they are suspended, will not be allowed into the premises of the college until further notice.
Fury among students. Uncertainty, chaos, and more protests. On Friday, dozens of students staged a protest outside a public school in Karnataka, Shivamogga, raising slogans that said hijab was their right. The principal of the public school was caught on camera, telling the bunch that they stand suspended for repeatedly defying appeals from the authorities.
SDMC ಸದಸ್ಯರು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಮನವರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆದರೂ ಸಹ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಮನವರಿಕೆಯನ್ನು ನೀವು ಉಲ್ಲಂಘನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಈ ಕಾಲೇಜಿನಿಂದ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ
Shivamogga Deputy Commissioner Dr. Selvamani R. first said the principal had not suspended any student.
There's a video bite that has been recorded of the principal during the situation protest. He has been heard saying that you have all been suspended. You can't come to the school from tomorrow, college tomorrow. It's on record, sir.
No. You are simply threatening. We checked it. Okay. No such other issue.
But once India Today showed him the principal's video suspending the students, the top district official clarified, calling it a mere warning and not actual suspension.
So they were going that time unruly. So they were. So we told that you can wait outside, but the kids are not ready to sit there, and they are going inside. Then that time he told like that, but no such other issue.
The view was echoed by Shivamogga's district in charge Minister Narayana Gowda.
सस्पेंड नहीं किया गया है, उम्र कम है, एग्जाम भरो. उन लोग ने ये नहीं किया तो उन लोगों को थोड़ा सा डराने, एक छोटा सा ऐसे टीचर लोग बोलते हैं ना कैसे, उस टाइप का एक उन लोगों को मनवी करके रिक्वेस्ट करके वो किया गया. किसी का ऊपर ये केस दर्जा नहीं किया, उनको सब घर भेजा गया है.
Tell us what happened yesterday while you were protesting.
Yesterday, when we were going out of the gate, principal he joined us hand and he called us inside and he told that you all are suspended.
Did the school contact you, tell you that okay, we'll take back the suspension? Have they said anything after what all happened yesterday?
No, nothing they said. Just last he said is that we have suspended you.
But
after that, today? No, nothing.
The fresh row comes soon after the state government distanced itself from the hijab row, putting the onus on the schools and colleges to decide what students must wear to classes. With Nolan Pinto in Shivamogga, Bureau Report, India Today.
All right. Now, we know that in Shivamogga, it's been a very sensitive and a volatile district, especially after this Karnataka High Court's interim order came out. Many colleges that were earlier allowing for hijab now have issued a blanket ban, government-run colleges, especially this one where Nolan has spoken to some of those girls as well. But I'm first going to cut across to Nolan. Nolan, this school, Karnataka Public School in Shivamogga, earlier allowed hijab, have now taken a U-turn, are trying to toe with the Karnataka High Court's interim orders, are in fact threatening their students that if they protest wearing the hijab outside their gates, then they will be suspended. The principal was caught on camera saying it, but later he went back saying it was just a warning to them so that they don't create commotion there. What did you hear from the students?
Well, I'll tell you, okay, two sides now. What happened was in rest of Karnataka, the students have been protesting outside the college. So the lecturers have been coming outside the college, talking to them and trying to pacify them, saying that, see, there's the Karnataka High Court interim order, so let's wait for the final order. What happened over here in this particular case was that the authorities tell me that the students were started to protest inside the campus. So while classes were going on, the students were holding placards and protesting inside the campus. So this was not going well with them, and that's one of the reasons why the principal called them and warned them. And also, finally, for 3 days, this is what we are told, the Tehsildar, the DYSP, the DDPI, all the authorities came and spoke to them. And finally, yesterday, he said that you're suspended until further notice. Now, I spoke to the students. They say that earlier, they used to wear the hijab and enter the class, but now with the Karnataka interim order, they say that many of them are pre-university students. In fact, most of the girls who were protesting over there and who have been suspended are 11th and 12th, or first year pre-university and second year pre-university. And especially for the second year pre-university, their exams they start on the 16th of April. So they are also very, very worried, and that's one of the reasons why they are protesting. So the institution basically does not want to, they don't know what to do as of now, Nabila. The interim order says don't allow anyone inside with religious attire. So they say that till the Karnataka High Court comes out with the final order, we will follow this. The students say that you're allowing us earlier inside with the hijab, allow us, we'll just wear the hijab with our uniform. So.
Right. And that's what's extremely sad, isn't it, Nolan? These are institutions, the one that you're speaking of, are institutions that allowed hijab inside their classes earlier. Now they're suddenly quoting the High Court's interim order, which clearly looks like it's been misinterpreted. But yet, none of them want to take a chance. College managements, almost a blanket ban across government institutions in Karnataka, not wanting to wade into this controversy, and the best way they want to do it is to not allow students wearing the hijab inside classrooms. There's no intervention from the Karnataka government so far. In fact, government says don't drag us in this. Colleges, it's for them to decide. It's for the CDC, the College Development Committee, to decide. But can you leave these students hanging like that in this confused state of mind? Nolan, in fact, spoke to some of those students. Let's hear it from them.
Well, we have a few students from the Karnataka Public School for Girls in Shiralkoppa. In fact, 58 of them were suspended yesterday for protesting. I'm going to speak to one of them now. Thank you for speaking to India Today. Tell us what happened yesterday while you were protesting.
Yesterday, when we were going out of the gate, principal has he joined us hand and he called us inside and he told that you all are suspended. From tomorrow you should not come to college. You are suspended from the college, and he is ordering us that we should not wear hijab and not enter in a college. He told us to sit outside of the gate and go home to. He is just ordering us and saying that we should remove our hijab and walk like fellows, girls. He cannot see with a hijab, and he is again and again forcing us and saying that you all are suspended, we will arrest you, like this. He is just ordering us.
The principal said that?
Yes.
Okay, so where were you protesting? You were protesting outside or inside? And then he called? Okay, you were protesting inside. Okay, and then he called you?
Yeah, when we were going to our houses, not to our home, he called us inside and he told that from tomorrow, if you come again and protest here, we will suspend you. And he told that we have suspended you.
We have suspended you?
Yes, yes.
Then, okay, and now I've also heard that there were police presence was there. Did the police speak to you? Did they tell you anything?
Yes, they told that case will become on you. We will arrest you. Yes, police officer said that he will arrest us.
Okay, now tell us, why were you protesting over there? Can you tell us what's your main demand?
Our demand is that we will not remove our hijab. It is a fundamental right and it is a dignity. Hijab is not just identity and not a freedom. It is my assistance. And it is my safety. Now it is our safety, and in a society there is so much of value because of hijab. Okay. So we cannot remove hijab, and we will fail in exam. We will not answer the exam, but we will not remove hijab.
All right, now we know that in Karnataka this hijab controversy and students at the end of it really bearing the brunt. Their education is now at loss. Their examinations is just around the corner. You heard one of those students there. All of our hands are tied. There's really nothing much that anyone can do unless and until the government itself intervenes and tries to quell this commotion at the earliest, which we aren't seeing so far. We're seeing a very disturbing silence coming from the government saying, don't drag us into this controversy. That was that the government has said, apart from, of course, imposing Section 144 across institutions. Now, there were a few religious leaders today who came out in Bengaluru city. Some of the Maulanas, some very prominent Swamis, Swamis from mutts in Karnataka, and a few fathers of churches as well who spoke to India today. I caught up with a few of them. Here's their view. Do not drag children into this. That's the clear appeal that they've made as well. Let's hear it. What is your take on this entire controversy?
We actually are appealing to the government and as well as to the civil society to maintain peace, calm and tranquility in the state. Simply because of these small issues, we should not get into the controversies. And these issues are mostly created for some agendas. We have been appealing to the government as well as to the civil society, particularly the Muslims, that don't indulge in these controversies.
No, but when you say don't indulge in the controversy, are you saying not to protest outside schools?
We have not instructed the children to protest. And children are going to the school with their hijab. As usual, they used to go and they were stopped. Why they have been stopped? Actually, they purposely they have been stopped or unknowingly they have stopped. That has to be clarified by the government, so which has not been done.
Will you send girls to school if hijab is said to be
That's what. The constitution is bigger to us, is superior to us. We follow the constitution. The constitution has given us the right to...
So you're not going to comment on that?
Definitely.
So there's no choice between education and hijab, is there?
Both are equal to us.
Dr. Shivamurthy Murga Sharanam from the Murga Mutt to appeal for peace and harmony. Sir, how do you look at this hijab controversy? Students are fighting among each other of different religions.
Students, they should not bother about a dress code. They should concentrate on their study only. Okay? It is my appeal, humble appeal, faithful appeal towards students. They don't bother about any aspect. Let them concentrate on their studies only, curriculum.
So we are seeing saffron shawl versus hijab showdown.
So it is only temporary problem. Afterwards, everything would be nice. Okay.
What would you appeal to all those boys and girls with saffron shawl saying, if you wear hijab, I will also wear the saffron?
They don't bother about a dress code. Okay? They concentrate only on their studies.
You know, that's the true face of Karnataka. So long there's been such great harmony between all communities and religions, and that's what in fact these priests, Maulanas, Swamis came together and reiterated just that we are a society who live together. So let's just keep peace and harmony. Let's not bring children into this and make them a political pawn in this entire mess. Now, I'm standing at Vidhan Sauda. This is exactly opposite the assembly where Karnataka MLAs are currently camping inside, are staying inside the assembly only in protest against a BJP minister. Ishwarappa. They're staying inside, asking for Ishwarappa's resignation because Ishwarappa said one day he will see a saffron flag mounting instead of a tricolour. This comment, of course, the Congress has used enough and more to slam him, saying that unless he does not resign, they are not going to budge from the assembly. So they're all staying right here inside the assembly, right behind me. But the question here is really, what is the Congress party's priorities? Do they not care about the children who are standing right outside school gates and are wondering whether or not they're allowed inside? What about their examinations? They're being restricted right at their gates and almost harassed. It's shameful that the principal opposition party, the Congress party, has no stance in the hijab controversy so far. Not a word, stern word that has come forward yet from the party. But nonetheless, I did speak with Karnataka MP Nasir Hussain. He tried to clarify. Let's hear it from him. So you've been closely following the developments, but we've not heard a whisker from the Congress party condemning the confusion that's happening right outside college and school gates. What is the Congress's stance ultimately?
See, right from Mr. Rahul Gandhi to Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi to Mallikarjun Kharge Sahab to Randeep Singh Surjewala, D.K. Shukumar ji, Siddaramaiah ji, M.B. Patil, Dinesh Gundarao ji, H.K. Patil, all leaders have spoken on hijab issue. We have made it very clear. We had raised this issue in Rajya Sabha, LOP, and I had asked for a adjournment and then discussion on this. When we got the issue, we did try and raise this issue. I brought up this issue in my budget speech. We had a press conference in Delhi. Our leaders had so many press conferences in Bangalore.
What is the stance? What is the Congress?
Stance is very, very clear. See, there are certain customs and traditions which are being followed in different schools. Just allow them to do what they were doing earlier. Why is it being politicized? It's a small issue, it's a non-issue. It should have been resolved at the level of the college or the institution where it started, at that level itself. Why is it getting politicized? Why are you trying to divert the attention of the citizens of this state from your non-functioning to an issue which is a non-issue?
So PFI, which is known to be, it's viewed as a radical Islamic outfit, a hate outfit, this is what the NIA says, has been given room in Rajasthan's quota under the Congress government to carry out a massive rally. So are you giving tacit support to the PFI?
See, we are against any organization which pursues communal agenda. Whether it is majority communalism or minority communalism, we are against them. We said, we have made it very, very clear everywhere. See, as a political organization, you cannot stop anyone from organizing rallies. You cannot stop from participating in the elections. You cannot stop them holding press conferences. But at the same time, we don't subscribe or support their ideologies, which is communal in nature.
All right, we heard it from the Congress. Seems like their priorities are not set straight because they're sleeping inside the assembly here, almost disrupting the entire assembly session only because they want Ishwarappa to resign. What about these innocent young girls, the innocent kids who are subjected to this kind of trouble right outside their own college management and their own school college gates? Nolan Pinto has been bringing all the spotlight from Shivamogga. I continue to bring that from Bengaluru and other parts of Karnataka. On that note, thank you very much for watching. We're going to wait to see Karnataka High Court's hearing on Monday, 2:30 p.m.